All right, here we are again for 31-ish horror films of October. Today I watched The Woman in Black, available on Amazon Prime, recommended by Joel Orandia. Thank you, Joel. But before I get into that, I have an update from one of the previous films I reviewed. Friend Michael Newman and his girlfriend watched the second best sci-fi movie ever. Um, and didn't really give a review, but more so just said we thought we would give it 10 minutes, and then if we didn't like it, we were going to watch Paris, Texas. But we ended up watching the whole thing, and thank you. So not really a review, just some background information and some gratitude. Um, but happy you enjoyed it, and I think everybody should check that out. Oh, also another one that I just reviewed yesterday, uh, The Shiver of the Vampires, French film. I talked about how great the music was, and the soundtrack is readily available on YouTube. So if you don't even watch the film, you can listen to some crazy, creepy French horror film music. All right, so The Woman in Black. Um, Daniel Radcliffe's first film post the Harry Potter series. Um, I saw Daniel Radcliffe walking around Midtown once, and I'm not one to gush over anybody. I'm not gonna. What does that do for them or me to go crazy because I see somebody? It was definitely him though, because after I passed him half a block down, I heard people screaming. Um, Anyway, people get jealous sometimes when they hear that I just walked by Daniel Radcliffe. Um, but anyway, I'm going into this film sort of clean slate. I'm not going to go gaga over this film just because Daniel Radcliffe is in it. Anyway, so what do we got? It's Radcliffe. He plays a lawyer, and he's supposed to travel to the countryside from London um, to ensure that some client who passed away um, has provided the most recent will to the law firm that he works for. He's also a widower and grieving, and told by his boss, you know, don't F this up. This is your last chance. Um, so there's a lot of eerie stuff that's going on here. When he gets to this house, um, it's obvious that it's haunted. A lot of just like creepy things that he kind of sees, but happens over his shoulder behind him, which is always kind of scarier. There's a part of me that whenever I see a horror film, I'm kind of just sort of like, why don't the ghosts kill the guy already? Sometimes it's hard for me to suspend my disbelief about that stuff. But uh, setting that aside, there's a lot of just sort of subtle, scary things that were happening. Um, the first sort of really creepy thing, though, well, there was a very tragic moment of something that happened in the constable's office. I'm trying to dance around spoilers here. Um, but the first, like, really, really disturbing thing in a way was he meets a gentleman on the train as he's pulling into the station, and he's sort of the only sensible guy in town in a way, the only person who doesn't go crazy thinking about this woman in black uh, who's cursed the town and so forth. Anyway, Daniel Radcliffe has dinner with him and his wife. They lost a child, and some of the dinner behavior that takes place is just out of control. Um, anyway, let's see. Da, da, da. Yeah, that was in some ways more disturbing than the paranormal stuff that happens. Um, Speaking of suspension of disbelief, there's a lot of times where Daniel Radcliffe just sort of charges towards the scary things, which, in a way has to happen in the movie so the camera can see the scary stuff. Um, I just kind of chalked it up as sort of, he was kind of, in a way, internally done with living because he was still mourning the death of his wife. Um, Overall, I thought it was a great movie. The filmmakers did a great job of capturing sort of turn of the century creepiness. Um, I did jump quite a few times just from scary things. I will say that I didn't love the ending. Um, I didn't I didn't I didn't love it. But that's how they chose to end it. And I also think this was based off of some sort of made-for-TV British movie from the 80s. So that's probably what they were dealing with. Who knows? But all right, that closes out Saturday night. Off to another one. And thanks for watching. If anybody has more recommendations, which I'm going to be getting to some more in the next few days, but additional ones, just let me know. Badfilmfest.com, badtheaterfest.com.